Okay, this is another case for a student. I'm going to do many comments that I've done in previous videos. I'm not going to talk a lot about them, but you have preserved the contact area correctly. The angulation of the bear now is correct from the cave. This is the flush design of the onlay. This is the overlap of the overlay, okay? You preserved the contact areas. You have preserved adjacent teeth. The round angles are better, much better. But in general, your shoulder is excessive here, okay? What happens with excessive shoulder? The amount of remaining dentin becomes very low. Yes, الوث. Lingual side, no, this is okay. It's less than half of the tooth. Amount of overlap, I accept this. But in general, it's rough, and the depth of it from here to here, this is even more than 2 millimeters. So you don't need that much in reduction, okay? But what happens? This is why I'm doing this video. I want to comment on what happens in the remaining dentin. What happens here? This remaining dentin, if it's less than 1 millimeter, I should open it with the finish line. Okay? It should be opened and not left. It's unsupported. This amount of thickness is sufficient, but this one is not. Other than that, there are some internal angles that are not rounded. This one, I'm going to concentrate. Here it's rounded. It's rounded here. It's rounded here. But here on this direction, it's not. Okay, once more, you need to round it. The roughness in general, the finish line is a bit rough, deep here. Okay, fine here if it was a ceramic. So make sure that you are reducing enough depending on your material. You have to choose the material before you do the restoration. The amount of occlusal reduction, okay, I'll accept this in the central area, but on the mesial and distal, it's not sufficient. Okay, you need a bit more reduction because here you have the 2 millimeter maybe, but here and here you don't have them. Of course, I will compare this with your index. Okay, I don't have it with me now, but in general, the preparation is rough. Okay, let me see that this here. Okay, it's fine. Here we don't have a functional bevel. If this was our cusp, this is the upper. If this was the cusp, that's the functional, I have to place a bevel in it. Other than the overlap, I should also place a bevel. If it's not a functional cusp, suppose this is the lower, and it's not a functional cusp, I could leave it like this. But here, this is the upper cusp. Okay, so this is the functional cusp here. So I need to include a functional bevel in here. Okay, thank you.